Do you know what really sucks? Is sitting down to edit your project and realizing that you have gaps in your coverage or shots missing. You need to have a really good, specific, and detailed shot list. Head over to filmmakersecrets.com/shot list, SHOTLIST, to get a killer shot list template along with some training where I show you step by step exactly how to use it. So that's really the secret to story hacking. You look at a movie, you watch a movie, read a script, and you break it down into those three elements: character, desire, and conflict. Filmmakers have the power to evoke emotion, inspire thought, and drive universal change in this world. Right now, a real seismic shift is happening in the film industry. This is your best chance to join a new filmmaking movement. You have been called to create an everlasting impact with your unmatched, deep desire to tell authentic stories. So how does a filmmaker thrive in an environment that is almost intentionally designed to bring you down? That is the question, and this podcast reveals the answer. Welcome to Filmmaker Secrets. What's happening, filmmakers? It's George VK. Welcome to Filmmaker Secrets podcast. Another solo show coming at you. I'm excited to talk with you because I've been interviewing amazing filmmakers all week. I spoke with Nate Bakke last week, with Krista Gano, who had some amazing insights, and I just got off of Zoom with my good friend Billy Nicholson. He is an amazing filmmaker, Steadicam operator extraordinaire, and it was just so humbling and interesting to chat with him because it's been a while, so it was good to catch up. So go make sure to listen to that episode and get some amazing golden nuggets from him. He has a very interesting situation in terms of where he's at in his filmmaking career. And I think it's something that you guys can really relate to and perhaps get some value from. That's my goal, is for you to have a takeaway from each of these podcasts, solo or interview. So today I wanted to talk about hacking a story. There's a quote by a famous author whose name escapes me, unfortunately, right now. If you remember, please do let me know. But it goes something like this: there are no original ideas, only new ways of telling an old story. So if you really think about that and you try to come up with an original story, a script that's going to be unique, please do yourself a service and realize that there are no original ideas anymore. Everything's been done. If you look at and really break down films and stories, they all have a few of the same basic elements embedded in them. And those three elements are character, desire, and conflict. That's the biggest thing. In order to have a good plot and a story that your viewers will care and rave about, is to have those three elements: character, desire, and conflict. Now, today I want to talk about story hacking. So how do you hack a story? Well, if I was to model, not copy, copying is immoral. That's something you should never do. But if I was to model a story, I would watch the film or read the script or read the book, whatever that is, and I would analyze it, break it down into those smaller, minute elements, and really figure out, how did they tell this story? What characters are in this story? How are they different from other people? What kind of quirks does this character have? What does the character want, right? The desire. What do they need? A lot of times there's the journey of, the journey of achievement versus the journey of transformation that a character goes through. And you got to have both. Whether or not the character actually achieves what they want, they need to be able to go on this journey of transformation, which is what they need. A lot of times the journey of transformation is not necessarily something that the character themselves is even aware of, but it is the end result that they get, despite whether or not they achieved what they wanted from the get-go. Does that make sense? So if I was to say hack the fifth element, so I'm story hacking fifth element, I'm looking at the main character, Corbin Dallas. What does he want? Well, when he's talking to his boss, Finger, and he's telling him about the ride, right, that he picked up, and it was Lilu, and he's saying how she's this perfect woman. So my first thought goes to what Corbin Dallas wants is to find the perfect woman. He's divorced. He's an ex-military taxi driver set in the future. Obviously, if you haven't seen the film, there's going to be a ton of spoilers. So go watch it. I can't believe you haven't seen it yet. It's amazing. My favorite film. It's my desert island movie. Actually, if I could only watch one film for the rest of my life, it would be The Fifth Element, because it is way ahead of its time. I can't remember exactly when it was filmed. No matter. Let's talk about what Corbin actually needs. And I believe, as you watch the film all the way to the end, the transformation, the journey of transformation that Corbin Dallas goes on is he needs to learn to love again, right? Because finding the perfect woman is something that he achieves, because in my mind, Lilu in his head is the perfect woman, and he gets her in the end. He tells her he loves her, they save the world, and at the end they're in the reanimation, I don't know, a pod? Is that what you'd call it? And, you know, they're kissing, and that's the final frame of the whole movie. He got the girl. But did he go through the journey of transformation? Well, then you got to go back and figure out what was that need for that character from the get-go. He may have wanted to find the perfect woman, but what he really needed was to be able to love again. I believe he's divorced, and that's, you know, his past marriage failed. So that's really the secret to story hacking. You look at a movie, you watch a movie, read a script, and you break it down into those three elements. What's the character? What are their quirks? What is their desire, their external desire, what they want, and their internal desire, which is what they need. And they may not necessarily be aware of it quite yet. And then finally, what are the different conflicts that are introduced to raise the tension of the film? You got to escalate the tension in order to keep your audience's attention. Because if the conflict that you introduce is not meaningful enough, like picking out, you know, your favorite ice cream flavors, then that's really going to fall flat really fast. In order to get your audience to care for your character, you got to put them through absolute hell. This is what I talk about a lot. Make sure that as you are developing your character, you introduce all those elements: character, desire, and conflict. And then once you do that once, you do it again, and you watch another film, and you analyze those elements, you break it down. And once you do that a few times and you start getting into this rhythm of analyzing the films, enjoying them, but also breaking it down into these different elements, you're story hacking. And once you get into the routine and practice it enough, then you're able to take those elements and start implementing them into your story. You're modeling other people's stories, other people's films, other people's books, whatever it is that you're working on. Model other successful filmmakers. Model, model, model. That is story hacking. I don't know if I have much more to say on that topic, other than I think it's very important. You got to model the people that have had success before you in order to gain that success. So there you have it, filmmakers. Story hacking. Hack other people's stories in order to be able to tell really good stories of your own. This is going to be a little bit of a short one, and I appreciate you listening. Please, if this has been helpful in any way, or you got a little bit of value, even just a little bit of value from this, go ahead and rate Filmmaker Secrets podcast wherever you listen to podcasts: Spotify, Google Podcasts, what else is there? Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, all across the social medias. And please do let me know if this type of format of a solo show is helpful to you. It really encourages me to continue publishing and putting out work if I know that it's actually working and it's valuable to the filmmakers that I am serving, which is you guys. So again, this is George VK. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll catch you on the next one. If you like that, then you are going to love my Cine Racing Challenge. This is a 7-day filmmaking competition where your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to write, shoot, and edit a short 60-second film in just 7 days for your one chance to win with over $10,000 in prizes. So head over to cineracing.com. That's cineracing.com to get registered. Spots are filling up fast and the timer is ticking before the next Cine Racing Challenge launches. So be sure to head over to cineracing.com right now to get registered. I'll see you over there.